friends, it's UrsulasRevenge and happy Wednesday update day. Today we have updates to our home stable that are the precursor to bigger updates. We talked about them a bit yesterday, but let's actually go check them out and see what has changed. I haven't even stepped inside the home stable yet. As you can see, I have a magic spell still instead of Supernova, who I usually start my videos with, because I don't want to miss my reaction. So let's head inside. Ooh, okay, so right off the bat, the stable is a bit darker, but everything is much more textured. You can see all the details in the wood that are new. Lanterns are more updated, but the layout itself seems the same. Although I don't think that there were windows on the left side before. Above. Oh, actually, yeah, no. There used to be a taller wall. I didn't used to be able to see the horse that was in here. I think that there was a wall here before that you couldn't see the horse. Maybe I'm wrong. I feel like I should probably... I know I took pictures. I'll have to double check. But I don't remember being able to see the third stall from the entrance. We still have the green tile in the bathroom, although I think it's gotten a little bit softer. There's a couple of rooms that I wanted to check, the rooms that are off the side, to see if they've been updated, because the tack room kind of needed an update. Oh yeah, even the door texture is nice and updated. So going in here, I think the furniture is the same. See, these are the things that I thought that they would update, but I don't think they did. There's one particularly bad offender in the storage room. Oh, but they did update the storage room. There used to be a tub here that the texture, and a bottle too, that the texture was really bad. This got moved further into the corner. Actually, you couldn't get into the corner before anyway, so that's fine. That used to be like about here. This is new, these grain buckets. That's really cute. And I also like the crates of food over here too. That's adorable. This is a new shelf, or at least an updated shelf. The contents are updated. Can you still get water from the sink? You sure can. All right. Now the one that I am most curious about, because I really wanted this room updated for so long. Yes. 100% yes. This is cute. We've got helmets up at the top that are more updated. We've got like blankets and saddlebags, like my favorite style of saddlebag. Little boots over here. Updated bozels and bridles on the wall, and thankfully we've got the non-crusty jumping saddles. This is good. I'm happy with this. We've got a lot of more modern looking saddles, and just like and a blanket rack. This is cute. I'm happy with this. I'm good. Now while we're admiring this room, let's talk about what this actually means for the stable update. So yes, today's update was a visual texture overhaul for the home stable. And what this is going to do, it has allowed the team to rebuild the home stable from scratch. They said so much in the news. So even though it still has the same layout and feel of our original home stable, it is a brand new home stable because they had to build it up from scratch to accommodate the new changes that will be coming later, which is home stable customization. I had literally touched on this yesterday, but they did talk about home stable customization in a previous blog post, and in that blog post they had mentioned having kind of like stable themes that you could pick between. Now, at this point, we don't know if it's going to be stable themes or if we're going to be placing furniture or different items, or if we can customize what actually appears in the stable, and finally make use of some of those stores in like Governor's Fall and Nadine's Plaza. So far we don't have any information on that, but we should get some soon because they are hoping to release home stable customization in September. I know, it's so soon, but these stable changes are not done here. This is just the step one of the bigger plan, which was to rebuild the home stable from the ground up, retexture everything, have it be a fresh start, essentially, that they can now build on for home stable customization. So there is more to come on home stable customization and more changes to the home stable coming soon, but I think so far it's a good start. Truly, honestly, my only, I don't think it's a gripe, but my only concern so far with this home stable makeover is that everything feels a little bit darker. The lighting in this room also seems pretty dark, but the whole stable just seems dark. I think like the shadows are just more gray. That's a stylistic choice on their end. It is a little dark for me, but I'm hoping that when we eventually get themes anyway, I'll probably be able to change that. But here's the other thing. I could just be used to the brighter, more orange stable, and it'll just take me a little bit to get used to it, which is honestly probably the case. So it is a little dark, but I'll probably get used to it. This tack room truly makes up for that, because I've been wanting this room updated for so long, and I'm really happy with the updated tack in this room. This is actually probably also a subtle thing about the stable update that I also really like. Aside from the wardrobe, the sparkles take a long time to appear. I guess that sink over there, it also is, okay, you know what, this room itself is excluded from this, but the board didn't show up until I got closer, the doors don't show up until I got closer, and then this room, the sink in here, the sparkles didn't show up until I got closer either. And also the gates aren't sparkling, which is nice for like role play and photos and stuff, which is really cool. Yeah, see, like the board isn't sparkling until I get closer to it. So there are some things that sparkle from far away and some things that only sparkle when you get close. And I'm kind of curious if that's like something that they're going to update down the line for like this room when it gets like fully touched with the customization. I'm not sure. Well, anyways, moving on to the next item on our list. The next item on our list actually has to do with the Fresian, but not the new one that's coming out next week. The old ones, the old Gen 3 Jorvik Friesians. They've moved out. So the Gen 3 Jorvik Friesians used to be right here. And I think we can all assume that's because the new Fresians will be making their debut here next week. So then you might be wondering, where did the Gen 3 Jorvik Friesians go? Yeah. So the Gen 3 Jorvik Friesians have been moved to Crescent Moon Village, where they can kind of be forgotten in peace, unfortunately. I don't know why Crescent Moon Village has I do know why Crescent Moon Village has this reputation, but I feel like all of the horses that come here are just left here to be forgotten, which is sad and unfortunate. But yeah, the Gen 3 Jorvik Friesians, the beautiful, majestic horses, and probably some of my favorites in the game, have gone the way of the Knobstrupper, which honestly is also another one of my favorite breeds. And I guess also, like, you know, the Jorvik Warmblood. I feel like all of Epona kind of has this reputation where it's just kind of like the area that's forgotten. Because there's like some quest lines here that don't neatly end. It also seems like a part of the game that's just stuck in time because it's got so many old textures. I'm hoping one day that this area can get updated, but honestly, there are areas I wish would get updated sooner than Epona. For example, Dino Valley. I think a lot of people want to see an updated Dino Valley. I would love to see an updated Dino Valley, especially with an expansion of Ashland. It'd be so cool to finally get Ashland in the game. And second, Jarlaheim. I would love to see updates to Jorvik Stable, Jarlaheim, that whole Jarlaheim proper area I would love to see updated. And in third place, Jorvik City Mall and basically all of the bus stops. Those are the three things that I would like to see updated before Epona. I don't care enough about Epona for it to be updated. And I think that's kind of why the placement of the Jorvik Friesians here bothers me so much, because I just don't care about Epona. Yeah, I feel like these horses are like the least visited. So I'm sorry guys, you're gonna be a bit lonely for a while. Who is even the caretaker of these stables? I'd like to have a word. There is one final part of today's update, and that is a small menu update for the main menu. And I'm going to take off my shaders for this one so you guys can get a look of what it actually looks like. Ta-da! So, I'll read this bit from the news. After 13 long years, our desktop main menu has finally gotten a visual upgrade. We've made it super user-friendly and easy to read by enlarging the scale, improving font sizes, and making the buttons more visible. Plus, we've given it a fresh, modern look. I think that it's great what they did for accessibility, making the buttons larger and easier to read. However, This is the first time we're getting a brown menu in the game when all of the other menus that they've given us so far as the new UI updates, have all been blue. Also, it's not the first time that they've changed the desktop main menu in 13 years, because it used to be the lighter blue, and then, I don't know, sometime last year they made it the darker blue. It is the first time they're doing a full layout change, though, as far as I'm aware. So from this main menu, you could do most of the things that you could do before. You could call for pickup, access your settings, controls, quit the game, check the credits, and access help. What is help? Oh, it's walking controls, talking to quest givers, writing controls. I didn't even know that this was here. This seems a bit overwhelming, to be honest with you. Happy meter levels, 7. Is that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Oh yeah, I guess that's this. I didn't realize they had words for that. Like unhappy, grumpy, content, happy, and inspired. Supernova, you're inspired. It seems like everything else is pretty much the same. So it's really just this main menu that's been updated to the kind of new like glyph inspired look. You can see it very faintly in the background that there's like runes in there. But the choice to make this brown when all the other menus most recently made were blue is confusing to me. I feel like they could have done the same thing, just made it match. Unless this is the new direction that they're planning to take everything in, I don't know. Who's to say? I think the reason why it probably bothers me more than most is because what I do professionally is kind of that. I'm a packaging and merchandising designer, and one of the big things that we try to do is make everything as consistent as possible. It never happens because people have other ideas, but we always try to make things as consistent as possible so everything looks cohesive and part of the same brand. So when I see little changes like this, one, it makes me feel not alone, because it seems like other design teams probably have to deal with the same issues, just in like a different medium and format. Like, you know that there's a UI UX designer on that team who's frustrated that the colors are not the same as the rest of the main menus. But I digress. Anyways, that is it for today's update. Those are all the changes that we have. I do have one more final update about Erissa's dolls. Not part of the news though. So I've been going back and forth with support for a couple of weeks now, trying to figure out what is going on with Erissa's dolls, because I think a lot of people can agree that it's been very confusing. So we all know that the original quest that you get with Seve, after you talk to her, you have to go to the 16 locations and find all of the dolls. Once you do that, you go back to Seve, you have a confrontation with Erissa, and then Seve explains that the dolls are going to keep coming back, and you just have to find them every day. And that's it. And then I've been trying to find them every day, but I've only been able to find literally anywhere between 1 and 7 of the dolls each day. And I've gone to all 16 locations. I've kept track. I have a list from like the last week and a couple of days of trying to figure out where all the dolls are. I'm trying to figure out if it's consistent, if all the dolls I find on Wednesday, I'll find every Wednesday. If all the dolls I'll find on Thursday, I'll find every Thursday. So far, the Thursday is consistent, but I don't have enough data for Wednesday. I haven't found them yet today. But again, I digress. Because according to support, we are supposed to find all 16 dolls every day. And I did ask, there are only 16 locations. So I think it's safe to say that it is a little bugged where you can't find all the dolls every day. I don't know if we're all meant to find the same dolls every day. Like, I don't know if I find a doll at the circus, if you'll find the doll at the circus, because again, I'm not finding all 16 dolls every day. So I think that's just kind of where we're at. I don't think it's working properly, and I've already put in all of my tickets and everything to support so that they can maybe take a look at it, because I am only finding some days 6, some days 7. So you tell me if you're able to find all 16 dolls in a day. Outside of the original quest, because obviously you can find all 16 of those. I mean the daily version that happens after that main Erissa's dolls quest. But ultimately, I think that's the end of the saga for me. I've done my part trying to figure out what's going on with these dolls. I still haven't been able to find all of them, but we are apparently supposed to be able to find all 16 every day as part of the daily. They're just, for some reason, not showing up for me. And there are no additional locations, so we have all the locations as it is. So I think that's going to be my last update, unless they wind up fixing it eventually. But yeah, that's all I got. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell so you never miss another video like this. I do try to cover every Wednesday update and more. Next week, we're supposed to get the updated Fresians and the Trailblazer track. I haven't seen any spoilers on the Fresian colors outside of the original Instagram stories from Star Stable, basically saying like, hey, these are the colors we're thinking of, and having them be mostly like black and chestnut. I'm hoping they were added to the game files today, so we might get some spoilers this week. I've got to come up with some horse names. So I will see you all in next week's video. Bye!